Drinking buddies, we have 3 barrel proof ryes up here that I've never tasted before. Let's find out which one's the best.
I'm your drinking buddy.
All right, drinking buddies, I've been wanting to do this one for a while because I have these 3 bottles of barrel proof ryes that are all around the same proof. The Michter's is 111 proof, retails for about $100. And the Prideful Goat is 118.4 proof, and it's going to be 95.5 rye from MGP. This one's done by Bourbon Real Talk, the great channel on YouTube. So if you like me, you probably like Bourbon Real Talk. Anyway, this one is sourced. This is theirs, and this may or may not be sourced. There's some sticky stuff going on there with Michter's for sure. Let's discuss that in the comments. Do you think Michter's is sourced or not? I just personally believe that because it says bottled by Michter's Distillery, that means they didn't make it. Even if they have a distillery on premises, you don't use that verbiage unless you're sourcing. Tell me if I'm wrong in the comments. Next up, we have New Riff Single Barrel. This is 112.2 proof. And this is a barrel pick from Prov, DC? Anyway, a buddy got this for me when he was in Washington, DC. So here I have them mixed up. I don't know which is which. Let's find out if one of these is really special. Wow, that is a great nose. Oh, I didn't say the MSRPs for the others. This sells for about $50, and I believe this is about $70. I'll put the correct prices above them right now. This is a really great nose. Really bright. Lot of citrus. And brown sugar. Caramel. Even a little like subtle thing of dark chocolate. It's like I'm smelling a candy bar. Okay. I know I got a rye here, obviously, but there's some herbal stuff going on here. Wouldn't call it dill. It's more spearmint and herbal tea. The candy bar notes I got on the nose are mostly gone, except for caramel is sticking around with a little tiny bit of butterscotch. That's really good. But I would say it might be a little too mint forward for some people. I tend to like more of those candy bar qualities on the rye. Completely different nose. This one is more dank and deep, like wood and like wet wood, old books, leather shoes type vibes. Yeah, wet books. But it's sweet, honey. Way more honey than brown sugar. Wow. That delivers on exactly one out of a rye. I don't know which one I got here. I'm not, for the record, guys, I'm not going to try to guess on these since they are 3 fresh bottle cracks. I have no idea which is which. I've never tried any of them before, so we're not going to try to guess. We're just going to tell you which whiskey's the best. And this happens to be an exceptional whiskey. I really like that. So that's stone fruit. So like peaches or apricots, nectarines, something in that realm. But like canned, where you got that like rich syrup on them. Yeah, like canned peaches for days on this. Really great mouthfeel, long finish. Caramel and butterscotch also make an appearance on this. That is really good. That's really good. That's something special. Oh, and I thought that one was dank. This is like damp basement and cigar box and yeah, leather bound books. This is a good nose. Best nose. It's so rich. Yeah, like there's also something desserty on here too. Like Like I would call it like buttercream frosting. Let's get a little bit more of this around. I was getting a little bit of an ethanol hit, so we're gonna. Oh yeah. Slight mint thing on the nose too, but subtle. That's really good. That is mint forward. Mint's the first thing you get, but then it evolves into bourbon, vanilla, and caramels. A little bit of a black tea note on here that I didn't get on the other three. I feel like these two are special, and this one is really good, if that makes sense. But I'm also getting a peach thing on here too. Peach vibes. A lot of peach vibes today. This one is actually evolving the more I taste it. This is. We're gonna go back to all three. I'm gonna go through all three of these again, and I'll let you know which one's my favorite. That peach, canned peach quality on here is just, I'm really vibing with that. I love it. It's really giving me that vibes. The texture, the mouthfeel of like having that syrup. This one is very minty. So if you're into that mint flavor profile, I think that is something that you would jive with. I actually am getting a subtle mint thing, I think, on all three, but it's so slight on here because this one's just giving me so much canned peach vibes. There's other things going on there. It's not one note. There's some bourbon vanilla. There's, it's got the caramel and the butterscotch notes I talked about. I don't know which one this is, but this is something special. Kind of hope it's not the Michter, since that's the hardest one to find up here. This is pretty readily available in the states it's in. I know that that's not a lot of states because it's a smaller company, but it's readily available in the states that it's in. And this guy, once again, I think that the New Riff stuff is fairly readily available in the states it's in. I do not live in a state where I can buy either of these. And I've seen this guy once, and there was one bottle of it, and it sold immediately. I was like fourth in line, sold to the first person. That's actually not true. I saw it in a museum liquor store for $200 as well. So if this wins, it could be something that might be worth $200 if you're willing to pay that much, and it's something that you really want. But if it doesn't win this, there's better bottles out there. So I think it's just time to see what we liked the best. Let's go least favorite to favorite, which there's no bad one up here. Like I kind of feel bad because I think I'm going to be I think the Prideful Goat is the last one, just purely because these two should be a little bit more special. This is the cheapest bottle, but hey, Randy Sullivan, if you're watching this, I'm a huge fan, and your whiskey is excellent. No matter what, all three of these are excellent whiskeys. I just think I prefer the others more. But let's see, maybe I'm wrong. Nah, I was right. I was hoping that would win. My least favorite, once again, excellent whiskey. And in fact, if you can't find these other two, this is a good comparison. It was just for my personal flavor profile, was giving me a little bit too much mint. But yeah, this one was the Prideful Goat. But a barrel proof rye with this much flavor. Oh, that is crazy. Now I got a little bit of a medicinal cherry thing going on here that I didn't get before. Anyway, man, if I would have got that note before, that might have won. If you like that mint flavor profile, that one's really going to be good for you. And once again, like I said, it's a $50 bottle, and it's really freaking good. Next up, my second favorite was the New Riff. Okay, well, I guess that means that I got a really good bottle here, because the really rare one was my favorite. It's just special. It's really special. Really freaking hard to find though. So it is a little frustrating that the really freaking hard to find bottle won, but it's easier to find than something like Thomas Handy or Sazerac 18. And I would put this in the same category as Thomas Handy. It's nowhere near as good as Thomas Handy, but it's in that ballpark. So yeah, I would say this is unicorn adjacent good. So glad I picked that up. These days, I'm really feeling like I'm jiving with more ryes, but there might be there might be a small issue in that there's a big percentage of ryes that I don't care for. And I think a lot of people who say they don't like rye have tried a lot of the main bottles that you just find on a shelf at a grocery store, and they're like, nope, rye's not for me. Whereas you can go to a grocery store and you can find 5 great bourbons in their grocery store. Finding a good rye other than Saz at a grocery store is a little bit of a challenge, actually. But bourbons, it's quite easy. So I think that maybe that might be why some people say they don't like rye. Because if you venture into things like this, that Saz that I just showed, the Thomas Handy, you venture into the really good stuff, rye is as good or better than bourbon. It's just unfortunate that there's so many just mediocre bottles out there, unfortunately. And they're not bad. Each flavor profile their own, unless it's Cacaton, whatever that was that I had on that recent short. Boy, that was terrible. Well, drinking buddies, I really appreciate every single one of you for watching, for liking, for subscribing, and yeah, I couldn't be doing this without you. I do want to start venturing into to barrel picks, and one of the ways that I'll be able to do that is if you support the channel by becoming a channel member. If you're not interested, don't worry about it. I don't expect everyone to do it, but if you are interested, links in the description. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one.